Now, you don't need me to tell you that the last year was a rough one for Hollywood, or maybe you do. I don't judge. But anywho, 2024 is copying that trend because the box office thus far for this year, with few exceptions, has been awful. The highest grossing film was Dune Part 2, and it did not get past $1 billion. It got close, but it didn't quite stick the landing. And yes, the year is yet young, but not so the IPs that Hollywood is hauling out of the cemetery to revive their dying asses. Sequels, threequels, reboots abound like fat dudes in the pastry aisle in Walmart. I know I, for one, am looking forward to such bold and inventive entertainment as Aliens Romulus. Look, this franchise was kinda dead after Ridley Scott came back to answer questions that were better left as such. Planet of the Apes, the 32nd, which is a kinda sorta sequel slash remake. Furiosa, which is a Mad Max film minus Mad Frickin' Max, and the list goes on and on. Heck, Hollywood is so creatively bankrupted that they are dipping into the video game IP well with such masterpieces as postmenopausal Borderlands, because relevance is the philosopher's stone that they keep crushing because they have an empty space where their Scrooge McDuck Moneybin used to be. And Raising Dead franchises is the only way they see to refill it. Heck, it's not even straight up reboots or sweet sequels that I object to, but the complete creative bankruptcy that is on vapid display. Behold, Atlas, which is basically T2 with Titanfall robots. Oh, and a Strong Wayman's protagonist, because that was edgy and cool in the 1930s. It is pure, undiluted, derivative slop, but enough about Rebel Moon Part 2. The only movie I see breaking $1 billion this year is Deadpool 3, and while I believe that it has a chance to break $1 billion, I still think it's only a chance, as Pool is pulling against the sewage river of modern Marvel product, and that sentiment was shared by the director, as he stated in an interview with Empire. You'd have to live under a rock not to know that the last few Marvel movies have failed to ignite the world in the way that so many did. Yeah, great insight there, Aristotle, I hadn't noticed. We do come along at an interesting time, and we are decidedly something different. Whether it is of messianic proportions, time will tell. The middle part there is the one hope for this film, as Deadpool 3 appears to be eschewing the sanitized, safe, edgy garbage fire formula that Marvel has been locked in since Endgame for a hard R rating. And Disney appears to be taking the hint, and is reeling the franchise back to 1 or 2 releases a year instead of 50. But while the comics are flying the ESG colors, I hold little hope that future projects will be anything other than ESG bait. DC is dormant except for a snooze-worthy Superman suit reveal, and Star Wars is not worthy of anything other than ceaseless mockery for the foreseeable future. Does this mean that we won't see good films or TV shows in the near future? No. But the bloat has left Hollywood at a crossroads. The strike made less jobs available to the average Joe, or Jolene, thus cutting some of the bloat. However, now the DEI policies are contractual, and thus I expect to see more of the same crap that has been killing Hollywood for a good long while. Being risk-averse has been a problem with the major studios for forever, seemingly now. And the last couple of years have shown that Hollywood is fresh out of ideas and struggling with how to move forward. I believe attempts are being made to move past and around superhero films and onto other things, but these attempts have been fumbling at best. Thus, without a truly visionary mind to come around and pump some much-needed go juice into the Hollywood engine like George Lucas did back in the 70s, Tinseltown may crush itself under its own stupidity. But tell me what you think down below. This has been Pete, the Radical Nerd, signing off.